ripe pineapples, hot price $4.99. Fresh Purdue chicken leg quarters, hot price $1.49 per pound. Kraft mayonnaise 30-ounce jar, hot price at $4.99. Kellogg's Fruit Loops or Corn Pop cereal, 19-ounce box, just $7.99. Sargento sliced cheeses, 6.7 or 8-ounce packages, hot price $3.99. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
You're watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Wednesday, the 8th of August. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us tonight. A plea for funds from the New York family of slain Bermudian dancer Taylor Greer. The family, which includes his U.S.-based father, says they want to come to Bermuda for the funeral on Friday, but they just don't have the funds for the journey. Therefore, they have launched an online campaign to raise money from anyone willing to contribute to help pay the costs. Mr. Greer, you'll recall, was fatally shot dead on Court Street late last month. Tarai Trott spoke with his New York-based aunt, Patricia Rencher.
Yes, Taylor's aunt, well, no, it's not his aunt, it's his cousin, Crystal, launched a Go Get Funding and GoFundMe page to try to get family members that are in the United States and New York, his grandmother, his father, his cousins, and his aunt, his only aunt, to Bermuda, to say their final, to see Taylor to his final resting place. I don't like saying goodbye, so to see him to his final resting place and, also give condolence to the mother and everyone. And it's a tragedy, and so tragedies are unexpected, and the finances are very hard, for multiple family members. So that's the reason she launched that GoFundMe page.
And when is the funeral to take place and where in Bermuda?
To my knowledge, it's Friday. I personally don't know the exact name of the church. Crystal has that information, but it's this Friday, the 10th, and I believe it's at 4 p.m.
Is there a monetary target you're trying to reach to be able to bring those family members to Bermuda?
Yes, I forgot what the total price is, but the main thing for me is that his father and at least his grandmother get there. I would love to be there, but, if I can't be there, I remember Taylor as I knew him, but my main thing is that his father and his grandmother get there and possibly his aunt,
And as you can imagine, Mr. Greer's family are finding it difficult to cope with this sudden loss.
Devastating, very, very devastating. Taylor's very well loved, very sweet, always smiling, always dancing. I've seen the articles from Bermuda, and it's just like they say, Taylor was always the life of the party. And he's just, Taylor and I were very close. And, it's hard. I lost my son to gun violence here in the United States, and innocent bystander also, just like Taylor. So I know what his mother and his father is going through, but I guess, it's still like a phase of, I can't believe it and it can't be true until you initially have that date on Friday. Anything is appreciated. And it's not, I want people to understand, it's not a matter of begging or, or being ashamed. This is a matter of a family wanting to see their loved one put to rest. This is not a matter of begging for materialistic things or unnecessary things. This is all about love. And I haven't literally spoken to his mother, Charmaine, because I don't know if they know, but, she speaks sign language. I don't know how to speak sign language. But if there's someone that can interpret to her that I love her and my heart is with her and I know what she's going through.
The murder of Mr. Greer, who was a young father, is still under police investigation. If you want to contribute to help his family in New York fly in for his funeral, the website to visit is gogetfunding.com. Again, that's gogetfunding.com. Once there, search for Taylor Greer. And while government is confident fintech could well become the third pillar of the economy, there's a shortage of math and science teachers at the island's public middle and senior schools. Gary Moreno has the story.
It was back in February this year that it was revealed just how poorly students were performing in both math and science in the public school system, as evidenced by the results of the Cambridge International Checkpoint Assessment. A spokesperson for the Ministry of Education has confirmed to us that there is a shortage of not only math and science teachers, but also English, social studies, and learning support at both the middle and secondary levels. However, the spokesperson advised us that in order to address the poor performances in math and science, subjects which form the foundation of technology-related industries such as fintech, the ministry will implement strategies focused on improving the quality of teaching as well as supervision and leadership instructions as outlined in Plan 2022. Plan 2022, you may remember, is Bermuda's strategic plan for public education and calls for improving the teaching skills and leadership at all levels in the Bermuda public school system in order to have a sustained and transformative impact on the academic achievement of young people. Further, that we must focus on ensuring educators are recruited from high-quality training programs and mentored and supported by master teachers to improve their practice in the classroom. It, however, does not outline any specific plan for improving student performance. The initiative also aims to provide all students with equitable access to holistic, varied, and high-quality instruction, which is culturally relevant and empowers students to reach their full potential. Now, when asked whether any additions have been made to the public school curriculum to begin preparing students for careers in the financial technology sector, we were told the ministry has a plan to introduce public school students to concepts of fintech during the upcoming year. We were not, however, given any indication of what that might look like. All this notwithstanding, though, the ministry assures vacancies in all levels of the island's public education system will be filled in time for the start of the new school year come September 4th. Gary Moreno, reporting for the Bermuda Broadcasting News.
We have requested an interview with Education Minister Diallo Rebane to discuss teacher shortages and plans to address the issue. We'll have more for you after this short break, including all the latest weather news. Stay with us.
Hey Smokey, let's get lunch from the Marketplace food court.
You know what? That sounds good.
They have oxtails, pumpkin, curried lamb, lemon chicken, sweet and sour ribs, vegetable stir fry, and the variety goes on.
Their chefs are good. They'll set you right up with all the good carvings.
And don't forget the special dishes from the island.
It don't matter. No matter what you feel like eating, Marketplace will have it.
You know, it's quick, it's quality, and at prices you can count on.
Visit us 7 days a week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner made for you daily at the Hamilton Marketplace Food Court.
If you would have came to me a year ago and told me that you could reverse my diabetes, I'd have been skeptical. I have come off my medication. I'm fine. My eyesight is gradually coming back.
And if you can control this disease, you can reduce the likelihood of having blindness. You can reduce the likelihood of amputation. You can reduce the likelihood of having dialysis. Would this mean it's a perfect cure-all for everybody? No. This is one piece of a larger puzzle.
Physicians, they do care about you, but I think this one went the extra mile. I'm here to tell you that it works. Call Dr. James. Ask him for help. Don't be afraid. As Bermudians, we've got too much pride, and we're killing ourselves with food.
Just come if you have diabetes and you'd like to take control of it. This just might be the program for you.
Welcome back. Detectives are investigating two chain snatching incidents which took place within minutes of each other in Warwick and Paget Parish yesterday. Police say the two suspects traveling by motorcycle targeted two people, one resident and a local, and made good their escape. Chief Inspector Tracy Adams tells us what they know so far about the crimes.
The first was around 10 a.m. Along South Road in Paget near the Stubble Lane when two men on motorcycles were riding when one of the fellows on the back of the bike attempted to snatch the chain off the individual. It was unsuccessful, however they did escape in the South Shore Paget area. The second incident took place just east of Cobbs Hill, Warwick, around 10:20 a.m. The victim, a male tourist, headed in a westerly direction, came to a stop behind traffic when two men on a motorcycle, also traveling west, came alongside the victim and snatched the chain from his neck. The suspects then rode onto Cobbs Hill Road, making good their escape. We are actually appealing for anyone who may have information or saw two men on a black motorcycle wearing full-face helmets acting suspiciously in that area to come forward. And this would have been around between 10 and 10:30 a.m. yesterday.
We asked whether they believe the same two suspects carried out both incidents.
We believe they're connected. However, we're still doing some investigative work around that to confirm that, that the two offenses are in fact related. We know that they occurred within the same area. Most likely, it's possibly the same individuals.
Okay. And what is it that the public can do to protect themselves from being exposed in this way?
Well, I would ask the public, or encourage particularly motorcycle riders, to conceal many items of jewelry which people can see, and try to secure their property as best they can. You'll find that you have some tourists, you have locals that are riding around with jewelry that is exposed to themselves, and they make themselves a target for this type of crime.
The Pembroke Rotary Club recently celebrated their 37th anniversary with more than $100,000 donated during the Rotary year. Mike Sharp has the story.
At the end of June 2018, the Pembroke Rotary Club, PRC, celebrated the end of the 2017-18 Rotary year by donating $2,000 to SCARS and $1,500 each to the Bermuda Sloop Foundation, the Reading Clinic, Agape House, Salvation Army, and St. John's Ambulance. In addition, the club gave $1,980 to the Adult Education Center and $400 to Final Steps. This brought the total amount donated by the Pembroke Rotary Club over the course of the Rotary year to just over $100,000. The outgoing Pembroke Rotary Club president, Jason Taylor, offered his thanks to all the club members who had given their time and effort to support the club's fundraising activities. In particular, President Jason thanked the students, staff, and PTA supporters of the public primary schools who supported the club and their schools by selling raffle tickets for the club's annual children's fair. President Jason also noted that the governor of Bermuda, Mr. John Rankin, had spoken at one of the PRC meetings and learned that the president of Rotary International had encouraged all Rotary members around the world to plant a tree. To help Pembroke Rotary fulfill that obligation, the governor invited Rotarians to join him at Government House to plant a Bermuda cedar. I'm Mike Sharp reporting for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Weather now, and some cloud cover is due to roll in overnight, bringing with it a couple of showers in the early parts of the morning. Here's the full details in our AccuWeather forecast.
AccuWeather is presented by BF&M Insurance Group. We now go to AccuWeather headquarters.
This AccuWeather forecast here on ZBM is brought to us by our friends at the BF&M Insurance Group, and we are watching Tropical Storm Debbie churn, and it did become a true tropical storm. It was subtropical yesterday, but it has transitioned over to a storm that is a little bit more of a true tropical system in its anatomy, but it is a good distance away, about 1,000 miles east-northeast, almost northeast of us now. And moving away, this storm's going to meet its demise probably on Thursday as it impales itself into a colder environment off to the north. You can see the satellite loop there showing pretty good swirl of convection there. And at this point for us, we really don't expect to see any impacts associated with this. In fact, even the boating weather is pretty good for us as we have relatively small waves. You can see a couple of spotty, very spotty showers within a few hundred miles, nothing too long lasting or significant. A slightly more regional view of the visible satellite over the course of the afternoon has featured just some small little flickers of cloud cover. Temperatures 82 to 83 degrees out there right now. We have a light wind from the north. It is a very light wind, and the humidity is around 73%. On the inside, we have waves of 1 foot or less. Very nice boating weather. On the outside of the reef and out around the periphery of the island, we're dealing with 2 to 3 foot waves. So life in Bermuda is fairly good when it comes to boating weather. No marine-related alerts to tell you about. The tide is high at 6:47, heading back out then until 1:19 a.m. The tide comes back in early Thursday morning, and it goes back out at 1:22 p.m. on your Thursday afternoon. And we do expect boating weather to be fairly decent. Now, there may be a passing shower or two late tonight and during the day tomorrow. Overnight lows stay warm. We only get down to 76 degrees. And then tomorrow, Thursday, a mix of sunshine and clouds and just a few very brief spotty showers. Highs will be around 85. So it may rain hard for a brief time, but we don't expect it to last too long. Here's Futurecast showing that as we step deeper into the evening and the overnight, we will begin to find ourselves in a somewhat higher humidity setup with a better chance for some showers, and these will be with us off and on in the forecast on Thursday and also on Friday. So 2 days with the opportunity for some showers. Here we go into Friday. Perhaps a better chance really on Friday compared to Thursday for maybe something measurable in the rain gauges across the island. The Gateway forecast features warm weather. It's warm and muggy, but generally drier in New York and Toronto. Maybe a leftover shower or storm on Thursday into Boston. Atlanta looks a little bit stormy as well. Miami, scattered thunderstorms. That's just business as usual there. And look at London, a big cool down all the way down to 68 degrees. Down into the Caribbean, nice day in Jamaica. It's hot there. Barbados, 88, pretty pleasant. Scattered showers and storms into Trinidad and Tobago. And the only tropical threat is Tropical Storm Debbie, and that is not our issue. Into the North Atlantic it will go. So scattered showers over the next couple of days, then drier for the weekend. Temperatures very steady, 85s and 86s for your highs. Back to you.
AccuWeather was presented by BF&M Insurance Group.
This summer I was in Germany on holiday with my family, and on a whim one day my son and I joined a speed sliding competition, and as I came down the water slide I went straight down in the pool and whacked my left foot on the bottom of the pool, and I looked down and I didn't see a foot. I just saw the bones sticking out and I started to feel faint. I was ambulanced to a hospital where I stayed for 11 days and had surgery. I had snapped all the ligaments on both sides of my ankle. And in the middle of all this stress and pain, we thought, how are we going to deal with health insurance? How will we pay for this? And I got a response from Allison at BF&M, and she said, your admission and surgery will be covered at 100%. I didn't have to put it on a credit card and deal with the reimbursement later. It made such a big difference to us. And for me, the BF&M difference is stress-free insurance when I really needed it.
This is Jane. Jane has been living independently until her recent fall. Because of the injury she sustained, her mobility is now limited. Jane chose Bermuda In-Home Care to assist her with her activities of daily living. The caregivers at Bermuda In-Home Care are trained to care for individuals with limited mobility. They incorporate exercise and activities into Jane's care plan given by her doctor and physiotherapist. The caregiver helps the family select the right medical equipment from Lighthouse Medical Supplies. Lighthouse Medical Supplies have certified durable medical equipment specialists available to help. Falls are the #1 cause of injury in older adults. Falls lead to head injuries and hip fractures. Fall prevention is critical. Call Bermuda In-Home Care to speak to one of our home care specialists. Call us now for a free home care assessment, 705-4424. Or visit us at www.bermudainhomecare.com.
A first-of-its-kind trampoline park is opened in Dockyard. You may think it's just for kids, but as Tony Waterman found out, there's plenty of fun to go round.
A taut piece of fabric, a steel frame, and coiled springs. Few structures bring as much joy as the humble trampoline. They've come a long way since the 1930s, and for the first time, a trampoline park has bounced into Bermuda, landing with vigor.
I like trampolines, it makes you feel weightless, kind of. And I also like how you can do like crazy tricks on them and you won't get hurt. I like that you can go anywhere you want. Like, it's really fun. You can come here with your friends and there's a lot of space.
This 4,000-foot bounce pad, outfitted with basketball hoops, a foam pit, and jousting plank, is the latest Friday's venture for Bermudian entrepreneurs Vic Ball and Mysteria Weeks.
How did you find this idea? Were you traveling and you went to one of these places and you said, this has got to be for Bermuda?
Yeah, but we had thought about it, like I said, and then we did some market research. So I went to Canada to a trampoline park, the Sky Zone, actually, in Canada. And I'm a conservative person, I believe. And when I got on it, I was like, wow, this is amazing. I want to go back. So I figured if it could work for a conservative guy like me, then it could work for anybody.
Trampoline parks are widely popular in North America. There were some 50 million visitors in 2016. And the most popular park operator, Sky Zone, saw revenues of $50 million that same year. A few bounces, and it's easy to see the attraction.
There's just something about jumping that makes you feel like a kid again. That weightlessness in your stomach, the fact that you feel like you can touch the sky. And let me tell you, it is also a workout. Woo!
Our bumps in the trampoline park, you can lose 1,000 calories. So it's really, really good fitness. And we're actually going to be having fitness classes. We'll be having fitness classes, mommy and me classes.
There are also plans for a bowling alley and to add more games to the arcade. In the meantime, Vic Ball says it's all about the marketing.
Do you think that you guys, that one of the challenges may be that you actually are located in Dockyard as opposed to something a bit more central?
Actually, we think that Dockyard is a place where people often visit, families often visit. We have a lot of different attractions up here in Dockyard. You got Fun Golf, you got Snorkel Park, you got the escape room and other attractions up here, Dolphin Class. I think we have the amount of people that are in Dockyard. Yeah, I think we should be able to achieve our business goals.
Business goals or not, in the world of trampoline, even when you lose, you still win. Tony Waterman for Bermuda Broadcasting News.
Looks like fun. Still to come, Earl Basin will have all the latest sports news in just a few minutes.
You can count on us.
Green Giant red potatoes, 5-pound bag, only $5.99. Fresh assorted pork chops at $2.99 per pound. Chobani Greek yogurt, 5.3-ounce tub, just $1.89. Scott Chooser size paper towels, 1 roll at $2.69. Super Slut or Superbug insect spray, 430 milliliter tin, hot price $3.69. All stores open Monday through Saturday, 7 a.m. until 10 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. for your shopping convenience.
You can count on us.
And take it for the Cats. That's the Sonic
Earl Basin has tonight's sports report.
2 games, 2 wins. The Bermuda Under-15 women's national team leads the group in Florida as the CONCACAF championships continued. We spoke with the co-captains of the Under-15 women's national team, Inkoa Goodchild and Danny Watson. Goodchild responding to the question of what's the team spirit?
Overall, our team has had a very positive spirit during the game, especially since we are playing with such a young team. I feel that it's very energetic and positive and excited to play the game and achieve the outcome that we set to achieve.
Danny Watson was asked about the difference in this young team compared to others.
I think that, of course, it's going to be different because it's different teams, different people. We have to get to know these new players or new to us because they're just joining us. We're finally getting to play together as a team. But this team's different because not only are they younger and their first experiences happening a little earlier than the rest, but they're eager to get better and they want to learn from us as older players and take our experiences to help them in games, and they just want to learn and get better.
Farah Grossi, the ICC Americas regional manager, is on the island and sat down to discuss various issues with cricket, including the possibility of competing in the major festivals.
I don't know the specific details, but I do know senior management are in discussions for the Olympics in 2028, yes. I believe. But what we're also doing is looking at our regions. So, for example, in the Americas, we're looking at the Pan Am Games. At the moment, we don't qualify because we don't have enough members to meet PASO, Pan American Sports Organization's prerequisites. We have 15 members and we need 20 to qualify. Okay. And the format that we would be playing is T20. There's no arguments as to why we should be in the Pan Am Games. I think it's more the prerequisites and the data available in terms of women, men, juniors playing cricket. I think we've got a really good case at the moment. We've put it forward. It's a case of now we're working with our members to all become National Olympic Committee members. In terms of the wider scope, globally, I think for 2028, especially with us, as Lloyd's mentioned in January, all the men's senior team get T20I status. The women have been given T20I status in July. So we are working towards a T20 format, and that will only improve the game, improving the numbers for us to go forward for the Olympics, and then regionally in our Asian Games, Commonwealth Games, and Pan Am Games.
Bermuda Cricket Board President Lloyd Smith gave this brief summation of the cricket season thus far.
Like I said, this is a fresh year change, so the Open cricket got off, I think, to a pretty good start. I'm saying it had some ups and downs, but I think that the players at the end of the Open cricket enjoyed it. The 50 overs has been one pretty good. Other than with our new cricket HQ, with the information that it captured, I think it's real good for Bermuda cricket. T20 is going to be important to us because T20 is pretty much our best format of actually qualifying for the next World Cup. The new format that ICC just released in our meetings in July, it's the format is set up that smaller nations have a better chance of qualifying. We actually add more teams into T20 World Cup, which is actually going to be the World Cup of cricket, which is going to be the T20. So I think cricket in Bermuda is on the right track for us trying to qualify for a World Cup again.
Ben Smith, Raquel Evans, and the Woolman siblings, Cece and Michael, were back on the waters in Denmark competing in the 2018 Hempel Sailing World Championships. Smith, competing in the men's laser fleet, is in 114th place with 270 net points after 8 races. Smith finished 25th in the first race of the day and the 7th of the series before finishing 16th in race 2. Evans started the day 71st but came off the water in 66th after 2 races sailed on the day to take the series to 8 races. Evans has 199 net points this after finishing 27th in the first race of the day, and then his best finish of the series thus far, a 10th place finish in the second race. The Women's are 44th with 116 net points in the NACRA 17 fleet after 7 races, their best finish being 7th, which came in the 5th race of the series. 6 Bermuda sailors are competing in the Volvo Gill, Optimus, British, and Open Championship. Senior fleet, Christian Eben leads the 154-boat fleet after 5 races with 8 net points. Eben has a win, 2 second-place finishes, and a 3rd, throwing out his 11th place finish, which came in the 4th race. Sebastian Kemp is in 4th with 19 net points. Magnus Reinstead is currently 24th with 52 net points, while Rachel Betchard is 33rd with 67 net points. Amelia Lewis is holding down the 70th place with 120 net points, and Laura Hopman is 77th with 129 points. A doubleheader with 66 runs crossing the plate took place as the Bermuda Commercial Summer Softball League season resumed at the Michael Priest Softball Diamond last evening. In the openers, the Shooters defeated the Buffaloes 19-4, and then Deloitte fell 29-14 to the Ragamuffins. I'm Earl Basden with Bermuda Broadcasting Sports.
And that's all from us tonight. See you again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Jasmine Patterson's wardrobe and makeup is provided by Gibbons Company.